Hey everybody, welcome to Explorations. My name is Rob. We are here at close to the start of a brand new adventure when we are doing a motorcycle trip. This time we are heading east to La Belle Province of Quebec. It's a family trip. We're doing some camping. I'm on the motorcycle. We're going with some friends. It is 2,700 kilometers that we are putting behind us, and we're going to be doing that over 2 weeks, checking out some cool parks. It's going to be great, but let me tell you, it is off to a rocky start. I'll tell you about it after this. So, why am I chilling out at the side of the highway in Oshawa? Well, we're going to get to that. But first, let me give you a brief synopsis of what this trip is going to be. And why we are hanging out here will come afterwards. So, we are doing, like I said, we are heading to the province of Quebec. We're doing some camping. There's 3 main parks that we are going to be staying at. The parks are Grands-Jardins, Dubique, and Saguenay. So we're checking out some parks along the St. Lawrence River and in the mountains and on Saguenay Fjord. They all look excellent. I'm very excited to be going to do it. Which brings us to today. The plan today was we were traveling almost 600 kilometers to the Quebec border from our house in Hamilton. And we were going to be staying at Voyageur Provincial Park. Now, that plan is still the plan for everybody else on this trip, but my plan has changed. So get ready for story time. This was all recorded, but to top things off the story time, I realized that none of the audio on my recording worked, which is just icing on the cake for how this day has been going so far. So that is why I'm now doing this sort of intro and fill-in just to bring you up to speed on what the heck has been going on. So, it started 60 kilometers into the trip in Toronto. I got a flat tire on the front tire and I had to pull over at the side of the Gardiner Expressway. I was hoping to just fill it with the my air compressor that I'm carrying and carry on my way. That was not the case. First off, I couldn't get my air compressor to work because my accessory power outlet was not working. So I had to take all the gear off the bike at the side of the Gardiner Expressway, which is a highway, get to the battery, take the fairings and the seat off in order to get to the battery, and reconnect the wire that had come loose, or that I had forgot to plug in the first place. I don't know. Either way, I did that. I got power going. But the tire was not holding air, which was bad news, which means it wasn't like a small leak, it was something really, really bad. So, I had to call tow. I had to get towed. I got towed to a bike shop, who said they could probably fix it for me, and it turns out they did fix it for me, and really, really quick. So shout out to Moto and River Street in Toronto. Those guys were awesome. They got my bike in almost right away, got it fixed, and got me back on the road. So thank you so much, Moto. That was amazing. 5 stars. You guys are awesome. So, another, God, what did I even get behind me? Like another 80 kilometers or so, maybe? Another flat tire. This time my rear tire. So now here we are, 80 kilometers or so further down the road, and another flat tire. So I had to walk backwards up the on-ramp and then back off the highway and into this little dirt patch that I've been hanging out at for the last hour. And yeah, again, same thing. Electrical problems again. This time the fuse was blown. and same thing, tire's not holding air. I am imagining it's the same issue. The tube has catastrophically failed again. I don't know for sure. I can't get the tire off myself. These are those really hard Dunlop tires. I replaced my old set with the same tires that I cannot get off by myself. That have to be done at a shop. But unfortunately, by the time this has happened, all the shops are closed or will be closed very shortly after. So, new plan is now, my parents live about a little over an hour away. They are coming to rescue me. I'm going to go to their place. It is Saturday right now. No shops are open Sunday. So, the plan is Monday shop, get the tire repaired. I have to take my tire off in order for them to do it quickly. So we'll get that done, back to my parents, get the tire back on, and then carry on my way. By that point, I'm going to be 900 kilometers behind where I'm supposed to be. So I'm going to catch up to my family probably at Parc Parc National des Jardins. Super disappointing first day of this trip, let me tell you. But for now, I am chilling here beside the lovely 401, waiting for rescue. And yeah, I'll catch up back with you once I am rescued and I have a better idea of what's going on, and I'm hanging out at a much nicer spot, hopefully. Rescue! Yay! All right, strapped down, ready to go. Let's hope that's the end of disasters for today, because if there's another disaster, it's going to be an actual disaster based on where this thing is sitting. So fingers crossed we get it back in one piece. I don't see why we wouldn't. Let's get the heck out of here.
Good morning, everybody. It is day number 2. Unfortunately, not a travel day. The bike shops aren't open. It's Sunday. So I have to wait until tomorrow morning to get my wheel in and get the tire changed, or the tube changed out. The tire's fine. It's the tube. Let's be real. A few things I gotta do today. Number 1 is take the rear wheel off my bike so we can bring that into the shop. I also have electrical issues I want to try to troubleshoot. And there's a couple parts I want to get for that. So I have to run out to a store and grab a couple parts. And the third thing I have to look at is my audio issues, which I also apparently have. Now, luckily, the audio issues are an easy solve. It's this. Boom. We're 33% of the way done our chores for the day. So, all we got left, electrical issues, and of course, getting the wheel off. So that is what we're going to be working on today. And other than that, I guess we're just going to be hanging out, you know? In terms of places to be stuck during a breakdown, this one is not too shabby. So that's what's on the agenda for today.
Let's start doing stuff. Step 1, I'm going to look at the electrical. I have all day to take the tire off, and I'd rather do as much as I can on the bike with it on the ground as opposed to up on a jack stand as I can. So we'll start with electrical while the bike is on the ground. Safety first. Getting a lot of practice taking my fairings on and off on this trip. Electrical is exposed. Let's take a look at what we're working with and see what changes I want to make and see if we can't figure out why these fuses are blowing. So first things first, I had these wires, I installed these just as quick access to the battery terminals. It's a way for me to get access without having to take all these fairings off like I just did. Now, I'm thinking what I'm going to do instead is get something similar, but with an SAE connection on this end, and then maybe an SAE to alligator clips or something that I can plug into there. Just because yesterday, when I was having the electrical problems with my accessories outlet, I could have plugged my pump into these if I had an SAE connector here. So just to give you an idea, this is the SAE connector I'm talking about. This is the plug-in for my pump. So that plugs into my accessory outlet when it's working. But like yesterday, where it wasn't working twice, if I had this hooked directly to the battery, I could have just plugged the other end, which is connected to the pump, into the outlet here, if it existed. So that's what I'm going to look into doing. What I'm going to do now, though, is take a look at my accessory outlet, which is up over here. And the connections, including this, which, I mean, it's already duct tape, I realized. But yeah, we're gonna see if we can't troubleshoot why my fuses are blowing. Because GoPro batteries and like my cell phone should not be blowing a 15 amp fuse. So let's figure it out. The fuse is intact. So let's plug in my cell phone. It's charging. It is charging. Okay. Let's plug in the GoPro batteries, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's all working now. If we start it with this stuff all plugged in. Okay, so I have the Bike Master mini compressor air pump. Apparently, it can draw up to 10 amps. So maybe plugging that in with everything else plugged in, it was too much. Or with one or the other plugged in, it was too much, and maybe it popped the fuse. That's the only thing I can think of. So that's even more reason for me to try to figure out this SAE connector directly to the battery. So I think that's the route I'm going to go. This seems to be fine. I'm still going to buy spare fuses because I've already used a spare fuse. And then we'll see if we can't get some more SAE accessories. Oh, geez, don't throw that in there. And yeah, we'll go from there. So step number 2 is going to be to get this tire off. Let's clean this up a bit and then we'll start doing that. Tires off. Nailed it. Alright, so I managed to get the ring terminal to quick connect or SAE or whatever you call it. This one's got a 10 amp fuse though, which I'm going to be swapping out with a 15. I got some more 15 amp fuses as well for my accessories. So let's get that installed. I didn't find the alligator clip to quick connect, but apparently I got one of those with my pump. So I do own it, I just don't know where it is. It's not here though, which is unfortunate, but I think we'll be able to make do with what we got. All right. Bike is, well, mostly back together. The fairings are back on. I got my electrical installed so I can reach into here, pull out my connector. Uh-oh. Can I not pull out my connector? Oh, geez. I can reach in here, pull out my connector, and there is my battery access. It works. I tried it with the pump, so we should be theoretically good to go. That is 2 of my 3 tasks done. The third task, we gotta wait for tomorrow. All right, so that was day number 2.
I'll say much more successful than day number 1, albeit I didn't ride my motorcycle at all today, but I was able to finish all the things I wanted to get done, and hopefully we are good to go for tomorrow, bright and early, get my tire changed, and get back on the road. So now I have some decisions to make about how I am going to cover this 900 kilometers in order to get to Parc National des Grands-Jardins, which is 900 kilometers to the east of here. So option 1 is tomorrow after I get my tire on and get out of here, I just hammer down and just go. Option 2 is once I get my tire on tomorrow, I take off and I get as far east as I can, hopefully around Quebec City, and then I'll spend the night somewhere around Quebec City at a hotel. That will put me in a good position for Tuesday morning. I'll only have a short jaunt and it'll be during the day and I won't be in a huge rush. I'll be able to take my time and enjoy it. Option 3 is if the tire gets on later in the day, I could just spend one more night here and then leave super early Tuesday morning. I should be there around 4 or 5 p.m. maybe. Hopefully. I have my wheel off, so I'm hoping that shop can put it on quick. And I'll be out. Ideally, I'll be out of here before lunch. That's like the best case scenario. All right. Fingers crossed for a quick tire change. All right, the tire is in the shop's hands now, so we just gotta wait. Now they said hopefully they can get to it today, which doesn't sound super great, but I mean, it's off the bike. I'm sure they can get to it pretty quickly. They obviously can't say that because they can't guarantee it, but we'll see. So we are at a conservation area. We're going for a little bit of a hike, and hopefully they're gonna call in the next hour, so that would be the dream. But we'll see. That's all we can do is just wait and see and enjoy the day. Which way are we going? You go that way? I've already lost the wheel. I just got it back. Where the heck did I put it? It's not like it's small. Ah, it's still in the car. All right. Wheel is back. New tube is installed. Let's get it back on the bike. Now the issue is, it's about 4 p.m. Took a little longer to get the tire on than I had hoped. I mean, I'm fortunate they were able to do it today, which is great. I was hoping they would have been done like around noon or so, and then that would have made that travel plan feasible. But because it's already so late in the day, I still have to put this tire on, and I still have to get my luggage packed on the bike, make sure everything's okay before I leave. I mean, I'm probably not getting out of here until 5 at the earliest, which means I'm only going to get a few hours riding before I have to spend the night, and then I still have a decently long ride tomorrow. So instead, I'm going to go for plan C, which was leave super early tomorrow, like get up at 5, be on the road for 5:30ish, and just do the whole thing in one day. Yeah, I just think it's a better option. There's no point in me spending like $200 on a hotel just to save a couple 2 to 3 hours of riding tomorrow. It's just not worth it to me. So instead, we're going to stay here and enjoy the rest of the day here. And yeah, leave super early tomorrow. We're not going to let the day go completely to waste. I decided what we're going to do is break in these new tires on some trails. So that is going to be the plan once I finish getting this thing installed. On to what caused my flat tires.
So I spoke to the shop. I got my tube here. This tube, the valve pulled right out of it. They said when they took the tube out that it was twisted in the tire. That's what caused the valve to tear out, and yeah, it caused a whole lot of bad times. Talking to the guy at the shop, it sounds like it was an error at the shop that put the tubes in. So it's not the tire, it's not the material, it was the labor, it was that shop I went to. I'm not going to call them out here, it's not necessary, I guess. I don't know. So it sounds like what the issue was is they didn't put a little bit of air in the tube before they put the tire on. So what you do when you're changing tires with tubes, you get your tire partly on the bead, you put your tube in, shoot a little bit of air into it to keep it from twisting, and then you put the rest of the tire on the bead and then fill your tube the rest of the way once the tire is seated. It sounds like, based on what they saw at the shop, that's probably, they didn't do that, the people that put the tire on. And he said even the front tire tube, that fail was probably because of the same thing. It was twisting in the tire or something, and that's what caused it to have that break like that. We are on our way to check out some trails. So I knew these trails were here, but I thought they were only snowmobile trails. A lot of the snowmobile trails in Ontario are on private property, so they tend to get closed off as soon as the snow is gone, like gates and stuff, so you can't access them. But I'm guessing these trails must be on municipal property, because these are ATV trails. They seem to be open year-round, which I didn't know until we were hiking back here the other day. So let's go see what is going on down here. I've been on these trails on snowmobiles. I've never been on them on a motorcycle or ATV or anything else for that matter. So this is going to be as new for me as it is for you. ATV and snowmobile traffic. That's me, baby. Ooh, sandy. Be a good test of the new tires, that's for sure. It is 44 degrees out with the humidity, so I don't know how long I'm gonna be out here doing this for, because even moving through here, it is pretty toasty. Woo! Oh yeah, this is nice. Oh, this is beautiful. This is like a road. A little rough at the beginning, but this is perfect. This is what this bike was made for. What do we got here? Yeah, that was a very steep hill. I was not expecting that. But all that off-road training I did, that couple of times I actually did it, seems to be paying off. Oh god, I thought it was gonna be water down here. It looks like there usually is water down here. Water would be no fun. But it's been so dry this summer. All these mud pits have dried out. Whew. What a way to break into new tubes. Hopefully we're not literally breaking anything. Oh, this trail is so freaking sweet. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my tripod or anything, so I'm not going to get any drive-by angles. It's all helmet cam all the time. Woo! Almost. Right at the end, almost lost it. I got bounced off my clutch. Was not expecting that. Whoa, this is a much more sticky trail. I guess this hasn't been cleaned up after that ice storm. Oh, what is going on here? Oh, that's not as bad as it looked. Cool. Not bad at all. Wah wah. Yeah, so this is a snowmobile trail, but it does go through private property. And you can see no trespassing, trail closed to ATVs. So we're not going to go in there. We respect people's privacy, and we're not going to do that, because what happens is people do that, and then they close the trail to snowmobiles too, because they get pissed off people trespassing. So we are going to obey the signs and be polite and not do that. But yeah, that one little section by town, super cool, man. That was such a nice little trail, and it wasn't all torn up either. Usually these ATV trails get so deeply rutted that they just get like destroyed, but that one was real nice. So nice little practice trail, lots of fun. But like I said, it's like 44 degrees right now, and even though I've been moving pretty quick on this squirrely, gravelly road, I'm still getting pretty hot. So I would say that test was good. We'll get back and check all the tightness of everything. That looked like a trail. And that trail looked open. Anyhow, whatever. I'm not going to that right now. So potential trail back here. I'll have to come back and check it out later. But yeah, I'm hot. I want to go double check everything and relax and get ready for tomorrow, because we got a long ride.
Next time on Exploration.
Good morning, everybody. Day number 4. We're actually heading east. So even that quick little stop still adds on a lot of time.
Keep an eye on that ETA. It's slowly getting later. Obviously, things are working out so far. Knock on wood.